Welcome to on tonight's Clubhouse Live, Josh Jones welcomes rookie cornerback Tony Brown. The Pack suffered another tough loss, this time to the rival Vikings. We'll take a look at the game. Our Clubhouse Live challenge, it's a tongue twister with a scotty twist you don't want to miss. Plus, we're giving away more tickets to the Gridiron Glory exhibit. It's time to get things started, so let's open the doors!
All right, here we go, everybody. Welcome back once again to the Clubhouse Sports Pub Grill here inside the Paper Valley Hotel, downtown Appleton, Wisconsin. I am Brett Christopherson with USA Today Network, Wisconsin. How's everybody doing tonight? Everybody have a good holiday? All fat and sassy, all that turkey and stuffing, all that good stuff. All right, well, I appreciate you guys being here. We got a good crowd. We're going to have a fun show. A little bit of therapy, right, Mean Gene? Yeah. Mean Gene left where he's supposed to go. I was going to kick it over to our door openers tonight, and it's just Dale standing over there. Mean Gene was part of it, but it's just Dale. Mean Gene, you did not keep to the script. Oh, he's too excited. All right, well, it's the oldest door openers we've ever had as Mean Gene finally gets back into the camera shot. There you go, Mean Gene. Thank you very much. Round of applause. It's always Mean Gene's show, isn't it? So anyway, we appreciate you guys for getting the show started. We don't appreciate this guy. It's our fellow co-host. It is Chicago Bears fan, Ricardo Arguello.
Hello, how are you? Happy holidays. Hope everyone's Thanksgiving went great. Mine did.
Yeah, I bet.
That's right.
Quit being so smug.
I'm not smug.
You guys
I'm
haven't
just
won
chilling.
anything yet.
I'm just chilling.
Even Brett Favre said last night that the Packers-Vikings, one of those two teams, is going to win the NFC North. He didn't say the Bears.
Yeah, well, he took a couple too many hits to the head, my friend.
Yeah, and he also beat your Bears constantly, didn't he, everybody? Number 4 owned the Bears, just like number 12 does, and that's enough with you and your Bears segment.
All right.
We got a lot to get to. We got a jam-packed show, and we also have to talk about Vikings 24, Packers 17. Not good, not good. Close again, but not close enough again for the battered green and gold, whose NFC playoff hopes took a big hit in Minneapolis. Injuries continue to plague the Packers. Missed opportunities, too. Green Bay falls to 0-6 on the road, 4-6-1 overall. That's the bad news. The good news, though, they're coming back home, right? We're a place where they have yet to lose a game. The friendly confines of Lambeau Field the next 2 weeks. Definitely a rough football weekend, though, for Wisconsin fans. Paul Bunyan's axe also back to Minneapolis. So some weird things going on, and that's why this guy's not happy. Mad Vince tonight. He's not pleased with what's been going on with his beloved green and gold, but he always loves it when the football players are here. We've got two of them right there. First, our co-host. It's Green Bay Packers safety Josh Jones. He's right there. And check out who's Josh's guest tonight. It is Green Bay Packers rookie cornerback Tony Brown. He's right there. All right, we'll get the guys up here in a bit. First things first, a big thank you again to our presenting sponsor, Shopko, the official hometown store of the Green Bay Packers. Shopko has been celebrating kids who are making a positive impact in their communities and beyond through its Kids Making a Difference program, in which 10 kids this season, young leaders between the ages of 6 and 12, served as Shopko's kickoff kid at Lambeau Field. For more information about Kids Making a Difference or to sign up to be a 2019 Shopko kickoff kid, go to shopko.com/kickoff kid. We're going to have the kickoff kids back for the next 2 weeks. Can't wait to celebrate what they're doing for their communities. Ricardo.
Yes.
It's an interactive show, isn't it?
It is. So we invite your comments and questions through our live chat. That can be found online next to our video viewer. Margaret Notchek is monitoring the chat. She'll relay your comments and questions right to us.
Yep, the hashtag, as always, is Clubhouse. Give us a follow at PCBretzi, at PCRicardo, at MNotchik, at JoshJones11_, and at 2Tony Brown. Now, we got the Vikings welcome mat on the stage just because I want the guys to stomp their feet, take their aggression all over that ugly logo, that ugly franchise. And, Ricardo, you agree with that as well.
I don't like the Vikings.
So let's get our co-host onto the stage. He is in his second NFL season, both with the Packers. He refuses to give Clubhouse Live any love during the NBC intros. We pleaded and begged for it, but we got to make it happen. He is all about the positive vibes, and I can tell you one thing, Josh Jones. We're going to have a fun show tonight. So give it up for our co-host. It's Green Bay Packers safety, number 27, Josh Jones. Here we go. You know, I don't like to give hugs. I feel like giving you a hug right now, though. That's how bad I feel. And that's saying something from me.
I don't need one.
Oh, good, because I wasn't going to give you one anyway.
It's good.
But
good.
I want you to have a good time. I want you to relax,
Good.
right, everybody? This is his family. This is your Monday night family. Take a little breather from football and have some fun.
Yeah.
But first things first, let's talk personal life with Josh Jones.
Yep.
We want to learn a little bit more about you. Cyber Monday today.
Right.
Did you make any big purchases, any big splurges, kind of, you maybe not feeling good about after the game as a team, but I'm going to make myself feel better because I'm going to buy something really expensive.
Nah.
What?
I mean, today's my fiance's birthday, so I mean.
There we go.
Yeah, so probably get her something.
Yeah, well, you should have brought her along.
I know.
We could have sang her happy birthday.
Yeah, my son he's going through another stage, so he's not ready for that yet.
He doesn't have his act together again yet, does he?
I mean, he does. He slept for like a whole 3 hours today. It's like his second nap.
yeah,
So.
just what you want,
Yeah.
right?
I didn't because I got home and from the stadium today and I wanted to play with him, but he was content on sleeping. So I just let him sleep.
Let him sleep. You got to get that rest. That sleep's important. So how about this? So no Cyber Monday purchases.
All right.
Did you take part in the big Black Friday shopping spree? Were you out there in the malls and the hustle and bustle of all these people here?
Nah, I've never participated in Black Friday. It's just a lot going on in the stores, and I just never was the type to just. I don't like, the big crowds when I'm trying to shop, because everybody's trying to buy the same thing. Seems like every Black Friday, everybody buys TVs. So it's like, what did you do with the TV from last year? So it's like every year, every year you just buy TVs. That's like the number one thing people buy on Black Friday is a TV.
It is.
Because they're so cheap.
You know what? I'd like to see you in a Black Friday crowd because you, as an NFL safety, could just shove people all out of the way and get what you want.
I don't do that in public, man. I'm a respectful dude, man. But you won't catch me in any type of store during Black Friday.
So how about this? We've given Thanksgiving the respect it fully deserves, Ricardo. I know you always listen to Christmas music in October. But now that Thanksgiving has passed,
Right.
Now it's time to start thinking about what you want under the tree, right?
Yes, sir.
What does Josh Jones have his eye on as that big Christmas gift? What do you want?
You know what? My lady, she had a doctor's appointment today. So supposedly my daughter is coming early. So she's supposed to be due January 5th. So hopefully she'll come in December around Christmas time, and
There
that's
we
my
go.
Christmas present right there.
That's a good gift.
Yeah, man.
That's a good gift. See, that makes you smile.
It's the only thing I want, man, is a healthy baby, and that's the only thing that'll put a huge smile on my face.
How about a more important question? What are you going to give me? We've been co-hosting the show together all season long. What are you going to give me for Christmas, Josh?
Hug.
No, man, I'm kind of bad at gifts, man. To be honest, I'm real bad at gifts. I'm bad. So
Maybe we should maybe we should just hang out. Maybe we should just finally hang out and get it out of the way.
man, we can do that. I'll finally probably come around to it.
Like it's such
Finally.
a bad thing, right? Why
can
does
do
everybody
that.
hate me so much? I don't understand it. Should hate that guy over there. So how about Thanksgiving? How did that go for you? Did you do anything special for the big holiday? Did you
Man.
fill your belly?
I
No.
mean, my mom came, my brother came, and my mom cooked. I ate good, and
What's the best part of your mom's Thanksgiving meal?
just in general, all the food. Like the stuffing.
Yes.
The mac and cheese, the yams, turkey.
I don't know if I could do yams. I'm not a big yams guy.
Are they too
but,
sweet?
I like mashed potatoes with a whole bunch of gravy.
You can't do that. Not on Thanksgiving.
Big old biscuit in there, and it's
Yeah.
good. Good to go. How about
sir.
this? How about this? Do you, as a football player, do you try to get away from football, or do you watch the games?
No, I try to get away from it. I mean, watching film on our games, but I don't like watching. If we're not playing, I mean, obviously, I'm not gonna watch. Other teams. I don't like watching sports in general.
Really?
I don't like to watch ESPN at home. I don't like to watch NFL Network. Anything that has to do with sports related. I mean, basketball sometimes. Like during the playoffs in basketball, I watch it. But I just like when sports is your job, like I just try to get away from it as much as possible. And so I don't let it consume my life.
Makes sense. I
Yeah.
think you want to get away from it. By the way, did you see my Spurs did lose to the Bucks? I was talking big about beating your Warriors, but karma comes back. Quiet down, Dale. Yes.
Yeah.
All right, time for some obligatory football talk. Seems like deja vu. It's a broken record here, right?
Yeah.
In these games, can't finish them out. What's the mood like this week? And how are guys feeling? I know I keep asking you that, but everybody's hopes or chins up, or how's everybody doing today in the facility?
I mean, we've never won there, if I'm not mistaken. So we've never won up there in that stadium, U.S. Bank. But I mean, we're sitting at 4-6-1, man. I don't think anybody's happy about that. Nobody. So
You feel like almost that you're beating yourselves more than you're getting beat?
yeah,
Self-inflicted stuff going on right now?
definitely,
Yeah.
definitely. I mean, that's just how the season is going for us, man. Things are not in our favor. We just can't, catch a break sometimes, and it's just how it is when you have a losing record. When you're losing, it just feel like all of the dominoes continue to fall. And that's just feel like that's what's happening. But every week I get up here and say, we got time, but we're running out of time. It's only 5 games left in the season. I know I don't want to sound negative. I'm not trying to sound negative, but that's just what it is. That's just the reality.
Right.
We don't have much time left.
No, I think everybody agrees.
It's
with
a lot
that.
of scenarios for us to things to happen in order for us to get to the playoffs, and we dug our own hole. Nobody else did it.
There's that old adage out there that says you are what your record says you are.
Yeah.
4-6-1. But do you
Right.
buy that with this team? Do you think you're better than 4-6-1? Should be better than 4-6-1?
Definitely, because definitely when you look at all of the losses, right there, there are losses that we're supposed to win, and somehow we managed to lose. So I mean, sometimes a record can lie to you. Especially with this team, man. You look at it from top to bottom, man, all the talent, and it's just all about just putting it together, man. So much talent, but things like that takes time. It takes time to build a team. It just doesn't happen in a day. Rome wasn't built in a day. Like I always say, you got to crawl before you walk, and it takes baby steps, But it'll happen eventually.
I got to give you credit, Josh, because I don't think a lot of guys would do this, but you took to Twitter last night.
Yeah.
And you were very critical of yourself and very public. And if you don't mind, I'm going to read what you tweeted. Quote, Josh tweeted this, absolutely no excuse for what I did out there in the field tonight. Have to be better and will. And then another tweet, I was terrible tonight, period.
Yeah.
Why do you put that out
Period.
there? Why do you put that out
Man,
there?
just to know, man, I'm accountable to myself, man. That I don't make excuses for myself, and I don't want anybody else to make excuses for me. That's just what it is, man. That's just the reality of it, man. I've never been the type of guy to, saying, "Oh, well, it's okay. Look on the bright side." It's like no, like once you start to accept, a little bit of failure in your life. I don't allow myself to accept any type of mediocre. I'm the most critical person on myself. It's not the coaches. It's not anybody in my life, but I'm the only person that's critical of myself. I'm my biggest critic, and I feel like that's how I should be. I've always been like that growing up, man. And I played poorly last night, and I'm pretty sure everybody else saw that, man. And I'm not gonna hide from it. It was Sunday Night Football. Everybody's seen that. The whole world's seen that, and that's just something that I can't do moving forward.
Taking accountability, right? How about that? Not a lot of guys do that.
Yeah.
Can you be too hard on yourself, though? I mean, I guess how do you avoid maybe pressing, and maybe trying to do too much?
Yeah, I mean, you can be, but I know how to, how can I say it, like, flip that switch. Like, I'm going to critique myself, then when it's time to, move on, obviously I have to move on from that. I can't do anything about that. I didn't help this team in any way. I wasn't a factor last night. I didn't make any type of impact. So that's what hurts. That's what's hurting me right now, to knowing that I had chances to make an impact and I didn't do that. Especially the type of caliber player I am, man, and it hurts, especially in a critical game like that, a playoff atmosphere, and I didn't show up.
A few more questions, and I'm going to kick it to Margaret for tonight's social media question of the night. But considering the injuries, boy, a lot of injuries. A lot of injuries on the defense, especially the back end. Then Kentrell Bryce goes out, too.
Right.
But how do you feel you held up against Minnesota? I know they gained, over 400 yards, 416 total, but you still limited them to 24 points and kept yourselves in the game. And you were out on the field quite a bit.
Yeah.
So, I mean, how do you view the defense as a whole yesterday?
Too many big plays. I mean, we didn't tackle well as a whole, myself included. You know, that probably was the worst tackling game I ever played in my life. Like, I can honestly go back and just look at it like, man, that has never happened to me. I pride myself on, you know, as a safety, you know, that's part of my game. No matter what else, you know, that's what I do. That's what I've always been, and I didn't do that, man. And that's what happened, man. Missed tackles turn into big plays, and big plays turn into touchdowns, man, and so on and so on. And it's like once you give up big plays to a team like that, in a situation like that, then it's hard for you to win.
Last thing, Aaron Rodgers afterwards, quote, we'll see what we're made of these last 5 weeks. Will we stick together through these tough times or start splintering?
Yeah.
I guess as you look around the locker room, you know the guys in that locker room. What do you expect is going to happen these next 5 weeks?
Everybody's pretty close, man, so I expect everybody to, you know, stick together, you know, just pick one another up in a positive way, man. Understanding that it's 5 more games of football left. So to be able to finish this season on a high note is very important moving forward for next year.
Hey, you're still alive, right? You're still alive. We'll talk about that a little bit later, but it's Margaret's turn. She's got tonight's social media question of the night.
Yes, and we've got a lot of supportive Packers fans tuning in tonight. We've got Tennessee, Wisconsin, New Jersey, Iowa, North Carolina, Arizona, Florida, Oklahoma, Illinois, California, and Missouri. And our social media question of the night, Greg Marnocha on Facebook wants to know, after the game, what part of the body takes the longest to recoup, and what is your go-to therapy after games?
Well, I mean, it just depends. Sometimes it's the legs, you know. Sometimes it's maybe shoulders. Or all around, this is the whole body, to be honest, man. So a lot of rest, cold tub, hot tub. You know, massages after the game the next day. All of those things help. But yeah, we take a lot of stuff that we go through, you know, during the game. It's a physical game. Football's a physical game, and our bodies take a lot of beating. So those 3 things I would say.
All right, good question. What does Greg win for having his question selected, Margaret?
Yes, for having his question selected, Greg wins a signed photo of Josh Jones. Each week we'll ask you to submit a question for upcoming guests that we'll ask live during Monday's show. We'll open it up each week on facebook.com/clubhouselive.
All right, time for our first timeout. It's time for tonight's Concrete Cutter Stat Pack. Concrete Cutters Incorporated has been serving our communities for over 38 years. Call them for all your sawing and coring needs. Now, mentioning about you're still alive, not a very optimistic stat shown on, tonight here on our stat pack, but NBC last night, I want to say, showed a graphic that stated the Green Bay Packers with the loss have only a 3% chance of making the NFC playoffs. 3%. I don't know how they factor that, but check this out, though. You only face one team now with a winning record over your remaining 5 games, and the combined record of your final 5 opponents is 21-34. So, sounds like there's still a chance to me, Mean Gene. How about you? There's still a chance, right? There's still a chance. Josh Jones, as long as there's a chance, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. All right, Ricardo.
Yes.
Get busy. Keep your head in the game for once. We're doing trivia. Look at him.
Yes, we are. No, I wasn't then. All right. We'll ask the question. Here are the rules, by the way. We'll ask the question. If you think you know the answer, you got to raise your hand. Please don't shout it out. And if you're correct, you win what?
It's right here. I've got it. It is the famed pizza and beer gift certificate right here. Everybody loves these things.
Who doesn't? There you go.
Yes.
And then if you're once you win, though, you're on for the rest of the show. And sorry, live chatters, you have to be here to win. But Margaret Notchick, she's handling that online trivia contest.
Yes. By the way, you know that social media question of the night that was asked of you about like what hurts the most and how you recoup. Ricardo, after every show, to kind of recoup, he eats cake.
Yes.
That's how he gets better.
Frosting and cake, my friend.
That's how he gets better. That and frosted flakes and real sugary cereals. That's how he does it.
Yes.
Trivia question number 1, Ricardo. I'm asking it. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Here we go. What team did Curly Lambeau coach following his 29-year stint as the Packers head coach? What? Whoa, my goodness.
He's all over me.
He's gonna mug you. Watch out. Yes,
Wow,
come on
okay.
up. Wow, that's a good one. Josh Jones, give Bart Starr.
You was all over that.
He was all over you like a linebacker
Yes.
taking down a Bears running back. The Chicago Cardinals, that is correct. We would have accepted the Cardinals as well. The legendary Curly Lambeau guided Green Bay to 6 NFL titles. He went on to coach the Cardinals for 2 seasons, also then Washington Redskins for 2 seasons after that. Of course, the Packers take on the Cardinals this next week in Lambeau Field. So, should we get your guest onto the stage?
Yeah, let's get my boy on the stage.
Let's get him onto the stage. Hold tight, Tony. Here we go. Our guest tonight is in his rookie NFL season. He was signed by the Packers on September 3rd and spent the first 3 weeks of the season on the practice squad. Our guest tonight was originally signed by the Los Angeles Chargers. That's so weird to say, the Los Angeles Chargers, as an undrafted free agent. He has appeared in 6 games for the Packers so far this season on defense and special teams, and has 7 tackles, a forced fumble, and 3 pass breakups on defense, and 3 special teams tackles. Our guest tonight played collegiately at the University of Alabama, where he posted 89 tackles, 7 pass breakups, 3 interceptions, a half sack, and a forced fumble over 51 career games. Our guest tonight earned Special Teams Player of the Week 6 times during his Crimson Tide career, and our guest tonight was an All-American at Alabama in track and field. How about that? Yeah, let's give a Clubhouse Live welcome to Green Bay Packers rookie cornerback, number 28, Tony Brown. That's good intro music. I like that. Fits an Alabama player, right? Welcome to the big show, Tony Brown. There we go. But before we get going, because this is this guy's show, and you are Josh's guest, Josh has always asked the first question of the night.
All right. TB. Call him TB. Tony Brown.
Can I call you TB?
You can call me Tony.
Okay. Yes. Yes, sir, Tony. Whatever you say.
How do you think playing for Coach Saban really, helped you and molded you to and prepared you for the NFL?
The best thing I feel like Coach Saban taught me was preparation. Preparation, get prepared for a game so that you have that true confidence when you walk into a game, that you're prepared and ready to play. So I feel like that's the best thing Coach Saban taught me was the preparation factor.
Good question. Very good question. Nick Saban. Actually, I had some questions about Coach Saban here down the line. But first things first, Tony. Look at me. Look at me. No. You can't look away from me. You have to look at me. I'm going to make a friend for life when I say this to you. Roll Tide, right?
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide. Now I can call you TB.
It's still Tony.
Yes. I thought for sure. Roll Tide. You're Alabama Crimson Tide. They're number 1. Are they winning the national championship again? Is it over? Is it done? Should we just not even play?
Well, the game definitely still has to be played. They still have to win the SEC championship. They still have to win a playoff game. They still have to take those steps before they are national champions. So, as me being an alumni, I would love to see them win. I would love to see them take those steps and get that national championship like I did. So I would love to see it. It seems like they're taking those steps. So I'm excited for the team.
Yeah, you look at, the college football playoff. It was Bama 1, Clemson 2, Notre Dame 3, and who was 4th? Was it Michigan? Yeah, well, Michigan's going to be out of it now after getting thumped. You guys took care of Auburn in the Iron Bowl. Was it 52-21, I think was the final score? So you took care of your rival. I mean, how do they do it? Every year. I'm sick of Alabama. Not really, Mr. Brown.
So how
do you do it? How do you get all these recruits to Tuscaloosa every single year?
I can't really speak on any other players because I'm not really in their head, but I can speak on why I went to Alabama and why I feel I got better and why I feel like the years I was there, why we won in 2014 and 2018, and that would just be because the players, honestly, is who you have there. So the question sort of is, how do guys get there? And the reason I went there was because of the players. Like I said, I wanted to be around the atmosphere of competition, the highest levels of competition. That's how I was raised my entire life, around the highest levels of competition. And when I visited visited their camp and spoke with Coach Saban and was around the way those guys worked their camp, and I went to a practice and I saw the way those guys practice and how hard and some of the guys that were already there were guys that I looked up to, like safety Landon Collins. He was a guy I looked up to in the recruiting process. So seeing guys like him go to that college and reach their dreams and continue to do what they wanted to do, things like that helped me get there. So for me, it was the players, the people there, me wanting to excel and be around the best.
Interesting. Yeah, you think of Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Have you ever been there? NC State ever played a game there when you were down there?
No, I've never.
Okay. Have you ever been there, Ricardo?
I have never been there, but let me say something, Tony. Thank you, and how great was it playing with Eddie Jackson, the Bears standout safety back over there in Alabama? How great was that?
You don't have to answer that, Tony.
Come on, that's your guy.
Eddie Jackson is a great player. He's having a great NFL career. We had some great wins, some great times at Alabama. But yeah, he was a great player. It was great playing with him. He's in all best wishes to him in his career right now in the NFL.
There you go, Brett.
Yeah,
see, that's how it's done.
You always slip a little Bears
Yeah, I know
stuff in there,
do.
don't you? But how about this? What is the game day experience like in Tuscaloosa? Does it compare to what you see in Green Bay? Because they always say Green Bay is like a college atmosphere. You can answer that too, Josh, because you've seen it now a couple of seasons.
Tuscaloosa's atmosphere on game day is one that's amazing. You have to be there to really feel it. Like on rivalry games, we have a lot of rivalries. Auburn's not our only rival. We have a rivalry game almost every week because of what type of team we are and the competition we bring to the table every week. So it's really the only difference between the collegiate atmosphere and Lambeau Stadium will probably be just the level of comfort leading up to the game, being that I practice at we practice at the stadium, not at the stadium, but at Don Hudson. But our locker room is in the stadium. So when we pull up for the game at the stadium, there's a level of comfort that you don't get in a college game because you're pulling up on a bus around fans. There's cameras when you're pulling up. Or in an NFL game, you pull up, you're in your own car. There aren't a lot of cameras. You know, you're getting ready for the game in a way in which you would get ready for practice. So that would be the differences in the game, in the beginning of the games.
Josh, you see that too. Like when you run out of the tunnel at Lambeau Field, is it similar? Does it have that college feel for you? Does it take you back to those NC State days a little bit?
Well, at the Carter, was sold out every home game, and we had a tradition, like we blew the smoke before we left this tunnel, then the fireworks went off every game. So I would say like the beginning of the game is very different as far as that. It's just college. College is just it's different. You can't really compare the two because like it's college and then it's the NFL. So but to be honest, Lambeau packs just like the Carter. It packs out like the Carter. I think it holds around the same amount of people as the Carter. So I'm used to playing in front of a crowd like that.
Back to you, Tony. So sticking with your Alabama days, how in the world did you play football and run track, all while trying to balance an insanely busy schedule, which includes a class schedule? Check this out. Correct me if I'm wrong. SEC Fall Academic Honor Roll for the fall of 2017, right? Mm-hmm. Masters in Sports Business Management. Mm-hmm. How do you play two sports at a big-time school like that? That's crazy.
Well, it comes from me running track and having to juggle multiple sports my entire life. I've been running track since I was 5 years old. Been playing football since I was 7, about to be 8, and played baseball, hockey, tennis. Just played a lot of sports, and it wasn't really a big deal. So honestly, going from football to track, it was like less than what I've been used to growing up. So it wasn't as hard on the body for me. It was more so being able to manage them both manage the stress that both of them put on your body and how to manage the recovery for both at the same time when you are having to go from 7-on-7 to track practice or from track practice to a weight routine and having to know which weeks and which days you have track meets or 7-on-7s or maxing, so you'll know how to not have to have less weight works this week for more recovery, and just things like that in your training that I've been prepared for is how I was prepared for that physically. But mentally, it was coming in Alabama. It's a complex defense. So freshman year, I know I graduated early. I came in, I ran track first. Did spring football also. I remember it felt like a lot though. I felt like I was going straight from football into track, and I had to learn how to manage my weight, learn how to manage my body better to like I said, deal with the stresses of both of those sports put on my body.
Interesting. I'm going to, just a second, Margaret, I know you have a few online questions, but I wanted to kind of finish that. Did you ever consider track moving forward versus football? I know I saw you ran a 10.12 in the 100, which was one of the top times in Alabama history. I think it was tied for 8th all time. But did you think about, do I have a potential Olympic chance here? You were in the USATF National Junior Olympics and the Junior Nationals in high school. So how seriously did you consider a career in track possibly?
That going to the Olympics was one of my goals growing up. Right now, I'm sort of a person who at this stage in my life, I sort of focus on what's going on right now. And right now, I'm a rookie in the league getting prepared for the Arizona Cardinals. So, but I do love track, and I do have Olympic aspirations, definitely. And when I was in high school and in college, I definitely had Olympic aspirations of going to the highest level, which you said. I did run a 10-12. I did go to the world qualifiers, where I false started, but I was on pace to make the world team. So when I was running track and when I am running track, I do have Olympic aspirations, and I feel like I can. But right now, I'm worried about beating the Cardinals.
Yeah, there we go. Worrying about beating the Arizona Cardinals, right, everybody? You and I should race sometime. But first things first, let's kick it over to Margaret. She's got 3 online questions, I believe.
Yes.
All right.
And to start off with, December's approaching, so we have a lot of holiday-related questions. Andy on Facebook wants to know, both for Tony and Josh, what is your favorite holiday tradition?
You want to go first?
I don't really have one, man. I really, to be honest, in my household, we didn't really have any holiday traditions, but all I know is Christmas is my favorite holiday. Just the family vibe. Now that I have my own family, just the excitement of the gifts and the music. But I didn't have any traditions, so he can probably speak on that.
My favorite holiday tradition would probably be eating of Thanksgiving food, because that is my favorite food. So this was my favorite holiday that just passed. So that would be my favorite holiday tradition.
All right, and then also Rachel on our live stream wants to know, this is for Josh, and now that you have a family, you're probably going to be doing a lot more of this. How good are you at gift wrapping?
Oh my God, last year. I can't gift wrap to save my life, man. Somebody got to teach me, but to be honest, I just give the gifts like as they are. Here, this is what I got you. I probably hide them up until Christmas, but this is what I got you, Surprise.
The best invention.
Merry Christmas.
The best inventions when they had gift bags, right? You just throw it right in the bag.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Yeah.
By the way, I should give you a preview that gift wrapping might be a Clubhouse Live challenge around the holidays. So just keep that in mind.
That right.
Practice makes
Time to go to YouTube then.
What else?
Google how to gift wrap.
Yeah, I'm sure it's out there too. I'm sure it is. One more, Margaret. What do you have?
Yeah, and our final question is more football related. Johnny on Facebook wants to know, in these last 5 games, how is the defense going to change and adjust?
It's really no changing and adjusting, man. It's just minimizing, obviously the big plays that happened last week. Getting better fundamentally sound, more fundamentally sound. The day one stuff, obviously we know what that is. I'm not gonna beat a dead horse, but once we do that, man, then we'll these next games take care of itself. But we know we have to do against Arizona, and that's what we have to do in order to get a win and in order to keep winning.
All right. Thanks, Margaret. Thanks, everybody watching online. A few more things. Ricardo, you might want to get ready for our first audience question, but I'll ask both you guys because you both like contact. Is that something that, what's your opinion on that? Is that something that you're just born with? Or is that something that you can kind of teach yourself? Like if you're looking at me, who I shy away from contact completely.
It's part of the game, man.
Could you teach it to me?
That's part of the game. In football, see, back in Little League, growing up, like we had what we call an Oklahoma drill. We had 2 lines. Then we had a ball carrier and a tackler. And you both laid on their backs. And then once the coach blew the whistle, you got up, and it was head-on collision. So we learned that. I learned that at an early age, you know, and it carries on, and that's what it is.
How about you, Tony? I know you like you don't mind hitting some people from time to time.
Well, you can definitely teach somebody like the fundamentals of like how to out leverage someone and like get them on the ground, you know what I'm saying, the best way possible, as explosive as possible, in the pads, you know what I'm saying. You could teach someone how to hit hard, but as far as like that innate aggression and that split-second decision when you're on the field of you see somebody who's larger than you or moving a little faster than you're moving at the time or has out-leveraged you in some type of way, now that split-second decision of what is in you, I feel like that can't be taught. That's just who you are. That's what you were born with. So that's my take on that.
Josh, I've asked you this from some of your other guests before, but what does this guy bring to a defense? What do you like about his game?
First and foremost,
what are you laughing about over there? I don't get it.
TB got a lot of energy, man. So he bring a lot of passion, man. A ton of energy and you feed off that. It's fun to see him warm up. And then see him in game mode, he just transformed, hair all out. No, man, it's fun. It's fun to play with him. No, TB is a dude that you want, with you walking down the dark alley, 100%.
I usually don't walk down dark alleys. I'm usually home by the Christmas tree. A couple more things, but I want to ask. I'll ask you, Tony. You guys obviously will talk a little bit football here, but adversity. You're going through some adversity right now, not only with the wins and losses, but also with the injuries, right? How can you use that to maybe turn this thing around for over these 5 weeks? I mean, how can there be like a silver lining here in that you're learning about yourselves a little bit and that you can use this moving forward as you get ready for the Cardinals and then, of course, the games beyond? That maybe is this going to make you a stronger team overall, you think? Possibly?
There is a 100% injury rate in the game of football, so injuries are unfortunate, but they happen and they're a part of the game. So teams are prepared for that. They have contingency plans for everything, and the players that are on the team right now are prepared for that. And I feel like they are prepared, and they're showing that they are prepared on the field. So we just lost the game. We'll go in and watch film on that. We'll break that down, learn from those mistakes, and then start getting prepared for the Cardinals. I'm not somebody who likes to think. I mean, you definitely have to think like goals of, I want to make the playoffs. We want to be Super Bowl champions, NFC champions. But at this point in the season, it's more so we got to find a way to beat the Cardinals. That's really all I'm worried about. I'm not worried about like which guys are down. I'm not worried about like other games that we've lost. I'm just worried about beating the Cardinals. That's all my mind is on for this week right now, because I feel like if it's on anything else, then that leaves room for mistakes to happen, which has happened in our season. So that's where my mind is.
All right, it's going to be interesting. Last 5 games, Aaron Rodgers, he ticked them all off, didn't he? The last 5 games, and every one was beat them, beat them. Maybe that's a new catchphrase, beat them. And it starts with Arizona. So, Ricardo,
yes,
you have a familiar face.
We do. This is Tracy Santos from Appleton. Her question. Go ahead, Tracy.
So we see the defense communicates on the field just as much as the offense does. Why is crowd noise encouraged when you guys are on the field? And did the crowd noise in Seattle live up to all the hype?
Seattle definitely lived up to the hype. For the offense, I know when we're at home, we don't want the wave going on. We don't want you want the offense to have little noise as possible because they need to be able to make their checks. Aaron needs to be able to hear things, see things, and then with us, it's like you want that same thing that we don't want to happen with Aaron. You want that to happen with the opposing offense. So it's like, with us, we don't really care. We feed off the energy. We feed off the crowd noise or whatever because we have a lot of hand signals we can use, and we're taught to how to communicate in those loud environments. So that's where that comes into effect.
Another thing coming off Josh, offenses have a play clock. So if it's too loud and they can't communicate their play within the time of that 25 seconds, then they get a flag. Defenses, we don't have a defensive play clock where we're like, oh shoot, we got to get a play in for. We don't have to do that. We're going off of and what they're doing. So if they're not able to communicate based upon how loud it is, then that's an advantage for the defense. Whereas there's not an advantage for the offense if it's loud in there and we can. I mean, it is a sort of slight advantage, but we'll have time because we're basing off their reaction. So.
All right.
Good stuff.
Yeah,
good
great
stuff.
question,
Thank
great
you,
answers. Thank you very much, Tracy. Ricardo, it's time for another timeout. You are asking trivia question number 2.
Right, so I need you three to look out here into the crowd. So you raises their hand first. Here's the question. Devontae Adams entered Sunday's action with a league high 4 games with at least 130 receiving yards, which is tied for second most in franchise history. What legendary wide receiver holds a team record with 5 such games in a single season?
Is it the guy in the red jersey back there? Do we know him?
No.
Right.
Well,
right here. Yeah, Don Hudson. Yes, we'll give him
There
the
you go.
bell. Josh, you give him the pizza and beer. Don Hudson. The Alabama Antelope was his nickname. Don Hudson tallied at least 130 receiving yards in a single game 5 times during the 1942 season. That's before they were even throwing the football, Ricardo. That's crazy. We'll credit the Elias Sports Bureau for that little nugget. Adams, by the way, has surpassed the 1,000-yard receiving mark on the season. He has 77 receptions for 1,022 yards and 10 touchdowns. I don't know what these guys are laughing about. I'm just giving stats.
You said that he had averaged that many receiving yards a game?
He had 5 games that year of at least 130 receiving yards in a single game back in 1942.
And then you said they were not passing back then.
Well, they must have been, though.
I'm saying that's why I was laughing, because you said they were.
Packers must have been, but I don't think too many other people threw the ball that much back. And I tell you what, you get the flag for even questioning me. And also, we need Tracy and we need Dan because it is time for tonight's Clubhouse Live Challenge. And we'll play it right after this 30-second timeout.
The holiday season is here, and Shopko has everything you need to deck out your home and get ready for gift giving. Trees, lights, ornaments, and holiday decor are 60% off, 50% off family outerwear and sleepwear, and 50% off cold weather bedding, throws, and blankets. Plus, all the toys on their wish list are 25% off, like Nerf, LOL Surprise, Barbie, Baby Alive, Hot Wheels, and more. Don't miss out. Get everything you need for the holidays at Shopko. Shop in-store and online at shopko.com.
All right, it is time for our Potawatomi Hotel and Casino Clubhouse Live Challenge. Get on island time to win a Caribbean cruise at Potawatomi Thursdays now in November. More at paysbig.com/island time. All right, we got our contestants onto the stage. Tracy is Josh's playing partner. Grizzly Dan is hanging out with Tony tonight. And we're going to play How Well Do You Know? Right, Ricardo? We're going back old school, but it's going to be a little bit of a different version. The category tonight, and it's backed by popular demand, it's hard to pronounce Wisconsin cities, towns, and other Scotty stuff. We haven't played this in a number of years. Here's how it works. We're going to see how Scotty you guys really are. We have some really funky sounding cities and towns and things here in this state. So this is how it will work. You'll each get the opportunity to pronounce what you'll see on the 5 sheets in front of you, okay? Your partners can't help, neither can the crowd. You got to let them give their best college effort on how these towns are pronounced. Well, because you're trying to win for them. You're trying to win prizes for them. So the contestant closest to the actual pronunciation wins a point. Ricardo, you're going to keep track. And then we'll ask a bonus question of a point total that I'll determine to make sure Josh wins the game. Also, when you see what you're going to announce, and you're going to flip the sheet over, you see the number 1, you flip it over. Whoever thinks they know it first, just ring the bell, and you get the first opportunity. Now, the winner tonight, and this is what you're playing for, guys. The winner gets this Shopko NFL Fanzy dice game. Look at that. A signed photo of Josh Jones and an MVP CD from Eric Lives here with our intro and outro music. The runner-up gets the signed photo and the CD. So that's how this is going to work. The audience will be able to see. Rosie's going to put up the cities on the monitors right behind us. So are we ready to do this? Who wants Josh to win the game tonight, everybody? Who wants Tony to win the game tonight? You know how that works by now.
Quick question.
Yes, sir.
So Grizzly can't help me at all.
Grizzly Dan can't help. You're playing for the prizes for him, but he's here for support. He's here for support.
Okay.
Because otherwise, if he tells you how to pronounce it, that's not the fun of the game.
Yeah, it doesn't. But who knows if Grizzly knows? We could both.
If it accidentally slips out.
Grizzly's been in the woods for this last week. I'm pretty sure about that. So a lot of deer hunting going on. Okay, here we go. Flip it. Here it is. Number 1. Give it a go. What do you guys think? Who knows it? Josh. Well, Grizzly. Yeah. No, you can't say
Economock.
Okay.
He still said it.
Yeah.
He still said it wrong. Oh, boy. You said it wrong.
What is it?
Economock.
All right. Well, okay. We're going to give.
He said it wrong. Did he say it wrong? Did he say it wrong?
No, he said it right.
Yes.
He said it right?
We have. Yeah. Oh. Throw another flag here. It's getting hot. It's getting very testy. Ricardo, we're going to give the point to Tony, but listen, Grizzly Dan, you cannot say the name.
Grizzly Dan, if you help him again, you got to take away a point, Brett.
Yes, Ricardo. So nobody can say. These guys have to do it themselves.
I know you know. Just chill. We're going to get this win.
All right, number 2. Here we go. What's number 2? Flip it over. Who knows it? Who knows it? Josh.
Weyauwega.
Oh. Bless you. Tony, what do you think?
Okay. Weyauwega.
Whoa, that's pretty close.
That's closer. It is Weyauwega. We're going to give Tony the point. It's 2-0 Tony Brown. All right, number 3. Here we go, everybody. Ooh, that's a tough one. These are actual cities in Wisconsin.
Yes. Hey, you can't help over there. Okay.
Tony Brown, what do you think?
Mukwonago.
Not bad.
I think you can do better than that, Josh.
Mukwonago.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Mukwonago.
Yes.
That's pretty good. Josh gets a point, makes it 2-1 Tony Brown.
Yes.
Number 4, here we go. Ooh, that's nearby.
Just a couple minutes away.
You passed it on the trip up. Yes, Josh.
Kaukauna.
Yeah, right on. That is right on. That eliminates Tony. It is Kaukauna, right down the street.
Right, straight.
2-2. Here's number 5. Go for it. Oh.
That's crazy. Oh, we ain't doing that, man.
I saw it through the paper. You didn't say I couldn't see through the paper.
Tony Brown rang the bell.
Shawano.
Oh, okay. Josh, that isn't how you say it.
Hold on. What did you say?
Don't worry about it.
Say
what I said. Exactly.
That's crazy. You said it's not pronounced Shawano.
Correct.
No,
It's not pronounced Shawano.
That's crazy. So you're helping him now.
He's just asking a question. He didn't ask me what you said.
I'm saying though, how else can you pronounce
answer
this
what he
though?
said.
Like Shanu.
No.
Nobody gets the point, man.
We'll give it. Tony was closer.
Tony
It's
was
Shawano.
Shawano.
Shawano. Now here's the bonus question worth 2 points. Here we go. Go for it, guys. Put it up on the screen, Rosie. Here's the bonus question. Yes.
Chequamegon-Nicolet.
Not bad.
Not bad.
Tony's leading 3-2, right? So it's a 2-point question. This is it, Tony.
I don't even know how to pronounce this one, actually.
Yeah, he's watching the monitor. Grizzly Dan getting in and involved.
Play clock.
Okay,
Come on, Tony.
Delay a game. Chequamegon-Nicolet.
no.
No.
I think it was Josh was a little bit closer. He gets the 2 points, and Tracy's going home with the prizes. Rosie, some championship music. It's Shawam. I can't even say it.
Hold on.
Chequamegon-Nicolet.
I just caught a cramp.
Chequamegon-Nicolet. It's a national
So
forest.
which part of the pronunciation did I lose just now?
Well, he
I
said
started off with the
Chequamegon, which was close. Chequamegon.
I think I need a red flag, a replay on red flag.
No, we
Need
got to
a
give
red
Tracy.
flag.
She gets the Shopco game. She gets the signed autograph, and she gets the MVP CD. But Dan's not going home empty-handed. You also get the photo and the MVP CD. How about a round of applause for Tracy and Grizzly Dan? They're hard to say. Chequamegon-Nicolet.
I don't know who made these names of these cities, but
Chequamegon-Nicolet.
Native
Yeah.
American names.
Yeah, a lot of Native American names in the state of Wisconsin. So, all right, good stuff. That's always fun. And now you know how to pronounce some Wisconsin cities, towns, and
you
others.
just put like De Pere, Ashwaubenon.
Ashwaubenon was one of them, but I had a feeling you guys might know that since you're located
I
up there.
honestly don't think I would remember how to pronounce any of these.
No,
right
it
now.
takes practice. It takes
Right
practice. Before we get to our second audience question, though, but we're winding down. Tony, I appreciate you being here. We have a few more things to get to, but I've got some gifts for you since it is the holiday season. I've got some stuff for your man cave, right? I know you got pictures of yourself. And first things first, this is Tony Brown wearing the green and gold, doing it up. Look at that. That's going to look good.
All right.
Against the San Francisco 49ers. That is for you to hang up on your
appreciate you,
wall.
man.
And then look at this. Going back old school. Alabama, number 2 for the Crimson Tide. Celebrating. He's celebrating. What is that? That is the... I can't tell what bowl is. Is that the... New Orleans. Oh, yeah. Is that the...
That's after the Sugar
Yeah,
Bowl.
Sugar Bowl,
Playoff game.
That's...
Yeah, this is the Sugar Bowl after the playoff. This
That
after the
should be New
playoff game in the
Orleans, I think.
Sugar Bowl. It
Yeah.
was. I was really emotional with this pitch.
Yeah, we were happy. And look at this. You're going home with an MVP CD as well,
There we
courtesy
go.
of Eric Lives here for being a good sport.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Ricardo,
Yes.
second audience question.
We do. This is Dennis Murphy. Dennis, your question.
Yes, I want to give you guys a little credit. I think if it wasn't for the muff, you guys would have gave up less than 24 points. But anyway, my question is the evolution of the fullback. We used to have William Henderson, 250-pound fullback. We had John Kuna, 250 fullback. We needed 1 yard, and we run a 200-pound running back. What do you think about not having a fullback in the NFL now?
There are teams who use the fullback in the NFL. The Patriots are a team who use the fullback very much in their offensive game. The 49ers use the fullback very much in a lot of their game. The fullback position has sort of been on the downscale ever since these upscale offenses have been trying to make it all about passing and gun near and force spread wide, and the evolution of the offense has made it like a little bit obsolete to have the fullback, whereas teams are trying to run the ball from further back and be more advantageous for passing the ball and openings and zone read offenses. So that would be why the fullback has sort of been on the back burner in football for the past couple of years. But it is being used on other teams. In our offense, it is not being used. But I play defense, so I can't really speak on why we don't use it. But that's all what I would say.
Good answer.
Yeah, interesting question. We are definitely seeing less and less fullbacks out there around the league. A few more things, and we're all done. But actually, I got to credit Margaret for this. She clued me in on this funny tweet by former Packers defensive back Will Blackman. He said this, when I was on the Packers in 2008, we lost 4 straight road games. Every time we lost, Coach McCarthy made sure each hotel got worse. How about that? If you want to stay in a nice hotel, he said, win a damn game. Does he still do that to you guys? Or are you staying in 5-star hotels?
About four-star hotels.
4-star.
McCarthy treat us good, man. I don't understand. I'm not going to speak on this whole situation, but at the end of the day, I understand it's a business, and it's a performance-based business. So everybody is entitled to their own opinion, but at the end of the day, we have to perform, and obviously if we don't perform, then we know the flip side of it. But you can't really put all the blame on one person. I mean, because this is an 11-man game, so that's my thought on it. But
it's crazy though. It was kind of a funny thread. Go check it out if you're on Twitter. What Will Blackman was saying. It seems a little harsh.
I did see that though. That was funny. And then Charles Wilson,
yeah,
he agreed to it too. So
he said, I think he said his room was on the roof of a hotel or something. Is where he ended up that time. But speaking of former greats, I wanted to ask you quickly, Leroy Butler. Did you guys see that he is a semifinalist, one of the 25 semifinalists, I believe, for enshrinement into the Pro Football Hall of Fame? You called him a legend on Twitter.
Legend.
Well deserved.
Well, and he should be in the Hall of Fame. There's no doubt about that. But have you ever had a chance to talk to Leroy and compare notes?
I actually spoke to Leroy a couple weeks ago via text, actually, and he's. I reached out to him. I have to step my game up, and to actually be, because he was so great. So, and I want to be great, and in order to be like that, I have to be better. But we just text casually, and he just tells me to go out there and play my game and do the best that I can that he know I can, and perform great. But yeah, man, it's awesome. When I first got here, actually, I actually looked him up, checked out his stats, checked out a couple of clips. Man, he was a guy. He was a dog. Yeah, man. So that's well deserving, man. And I hope he gets in this year.
He's got quite a few sacks. I don't know the exact number, but from the safety spot, he kind of transformed that in the 1990s. All decades.
He invented the Lambeau leap. So
he did. Reggie White flipped it to him. He raced into the south end zone.
I'm pretty sure he has the most sacks of any safety.
He needs to be in the Hall of Fame. There's no doubt. That was a great team back in the 90s. Last thing, guys, you can't play all 5 of these games at one time, right? Yeah, I know you're looking ahead and thinking you wish you could make it all up at one time. It truly is one game at a time right now, isn't it? You got to focus on Arizona, and that is it.
That's it, man. I mean, that's how it is. It's how it's always been, one game at a time, 1 week at a time, and just go from there, man. The past is the past, and the future is right now. So.
Future's right now. Is that your mantra too, Tony? Before we wind down and wrap it up.
That's Josh's mantra.
Okay.
That's not my mantra. But like you said, I agree with you. They're definitely worrying about what's going on right now is better than worrying about anything that's not going on right now, because it'll take your mind off, take your focus off what you got going.
All right, good stuff. How about these guys tonight? Josh Jones and Tony Brown. Ricardo, we're going to skip the third trivia question. We got to get right up to the up north segment. This is where you and I predict Sunday's game at Lambeau Field. Ricardo, you're going first. Know who you're dealing with here now. Some angry fans. Who's winning? Packers,
I told
Cardinals.
you this in the office. Packers will win this by a couple touchdowns, in my opinion. Arizona, they haven't been good all year, so I know.
All right, put the graphic up. Ricardo is picking the Packers. You know I'm going Packers 28, Arizona 13. Green and gold back to their winning ways, right, Mean Gene? You feeling good about that? Yes, Cardinals are 2-9 on the season. They lost 45-10 yesterday to the Chargers. How bad is it for the Cardinals, Ricardo? They actually lost to the Raiders this year.
Yikes.
They lost to the 2-9 Oakland Raiders. Arizona ranks last in total offense, passing offense, and rushing offense. They're -9 in the takeaway giveaway category. They also rank 30th in rush defense. So injuries are concerned, but the guys will have a week to prepare who's in, who's ready to go. And I think the defense is going to have a big day. How about this guy?
Here we go.
Pick 6. His first Lambeau leap's coming up like Leroy Butler. It's happening. And Tony Brown, for that matter, too, a couple pick 6s. Why not, right? 28-13. Why not? Send some good Clubhouse Live karma their way. Ricardo, Packers News app.
Yes, with exclusive commentary, insider analysis, and award-winning photos and videos from USA Today Network, Wisconsin's Packers coverage team. Packers News app is your one-stop shop for complete coverage of the Green Bay Packers. This app is available for iPhone and Android users only. Motorola users, get an upgrade.
All right. Again, special thank you to our sponsors, our presenting sponsor, Shopco, the official hometown store of the Green Bay Packers. Don't forget about Potawatomi Hotel and Casino. Thursdays at Potawatomi. Win a Caribbean cruise during the Island Time giveaway right now here in November. More at paysbig.com. Concrete Cutters, serving our communities for over 38 years. Escort Limousine Service, the preferred limousine service of the Green Bay Packers. Silly Toast Designs, our apparel sponsor, Original Designs and custom screen printing. And, of course, the good folks here at the Paper Valley Hotel. Josh Jones, it's your turn. Final word.
Oh, man, like always, man, I appreciate you guys a lot, man, for coming out and supporting even in a, a down, time of the season. Obviously, things haven't been going as planned, but you guys are always supportive, loyal, and just 1 week at a time. But like always, man, love you guys, and go Pack Go.
All right, yeah. Keep those claps coming for Tony, for Josh, Ricardo, Margaret, and the rest of the Clubhouse Live crew. I'm Brett Christopherson saying so long. Be back here next Monday, right? Me and Gene at 6:30 as we celebrate a big Packers victory over the Arizona Cardinals with this guy, Green Bay Packers safety, Josh Jones. Mean Gene, take it away.
When it comes to cutting and coring concrete, trust the experienced professional Concrete Cutters Incorporated, providing full concrete cutting services. From handheld cutters to diamond wire sawing, with electric and hydraulic equipment available, we can handle all your needs. In business since 1980, and with state-of-the-art equipment from Husqvarna, Concrete Cutters is the area's #1 choice for any concrete cutting challenge. Residential or commercial, industrial or agricultural, what you see is what we saw. Learn more at concretecutters.net. Give us a call or stop in and see us at 1020 Prospect Lane, Kaukauna.